0, 1.
Let's get started.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Black and White United on my YouTube channel. Thanks so far to everybody who's subscribed. We've got about 36 subscribers already. It's been about, 4 or 5 days, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for that. What we're going to talk about today is the top 5 in our BnF. So who do you think is going to come from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and why? So I'll give you my predictions, which are all here. You guys leave in the comments yours, and then obviously afterwards we'll probably talk about it, make a video about it. If not, who cares? Just chat down below. So I'm not going to bring up stats. I'm not going to bring up this. I'm just going to give you my opinions because they're just my opinions. And if you guys think that they're shit, okay, so what? If you think they're spot on, so what? Leave a comment down below. Just fucking call it as you see it. So I'm going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to give you another 5, maybe 6, 7 more that I think are a chance to round out the top 10 around there. So some might miss out, some will get in, etc. Number 5. Number 5, I'm going to go Jack Crisp. The reason being is he played every single game this year. And he's on that fucking grouse streak of games and stuff. Touch wood. We don't want anything to happen to him. But I think because he's played the amount of games that he has, he's probably going to be up there. He will definitely be top 10. I think he'll probably get enough votes throughout the season to sneak into the top 5. He has been pretty good. There was maybe a small patch of games where he didn't really have a big impact or whatever. He cost me a mad multi one game, which I was pretty shitty about. But it is what it is. I think it was the Richmond game. I had all my legs come up in my multi and I had him for overs and he just got nothing. So, whatever. But look, he's had an awesome season. He's Mr. Consistent if you look at the longevity of what he's been able to produce. So, I'm pretty comfortable that he'll probably get number 5 in the BnF this year. Number 4. So, number 4 and number 3 were two that I was like really tossing up between. But I think more so because his second half of the season was really good. I'm going to say number 4 is Steele. I think he pretty much from like the Queen's birthday bye going onwards from there was awesome. He was good at the start of the season as well, probably not the first 3 games where everyone was shit. I reckon those first 3 games, I keep bringing it up in almost every video, but I reckon those first 3 games, every Collingwood supporter, I know I was thinking, fuck, maybe Steelo should have called it quits after the granny, like just end on a high. But to be fair, and I was wrong, he came out the second half of the season and did pretty awesome. And I do think that Nick Dacos is probably going to win the Brownlow medal this year. But if there is anybody that is going to take away votes because of the position that he plays in our team this year and it's going to jeopardise Nick, it's going to be Steele. That's just my personal opinion. But whatever. Anyway, so I think Steele's going to be number 4. Number 3, I'm going to say is Josh Dacos. Another really, really good season. Obviously, he won the BnF last year. And to turn around and say that you won a BnF in a year that your team wins a premiership and you have a pretty pivotal role in all of that is fucking amazing. We'll remember Dacos's last 30-second heroics in the prelim final last year against GWS. Even the years leading up to the flag last year. The goals that he scored, the goals of the year, the goal of the year contender against Essendon. Just stuff that he did before his brother came in is really significant because he was the man and he was getting noticed. Obviously, the last name as well. But I've noticed that ever since Nick has come in, Josh has just gone under the radar and it gave him that All-Australian last year, which was awesome. This year, I think he's been pretty consistent. I do think he has gone so far under the radar at times this year that potentially you probably thought he had a bad game, but then I'm not going to bring up the stats on the computer, but then you look at the stats and he's top 5 possession getters in most of the games, you know. Capped off the last couple of weeks of the season, he did really well. And yeah, that last game, him and Nick both getting 40 possessions each was unreal. So I think he'll be number 3 in the... he possibly could get number 2, but I really think that he'll probably sit comfortably at 3. And it obviously just depends how side he goes because he gets noticed a fair bit. So, yeah, now, number 2. Number 2 was controversial, but only because I think it's controversial within myself because I genuinely think he deserves to win the best and fairest this year. Number 2 is Darcy Cameron. I'm just going to put a big fuck you out there to the All-Australian selectors, to all the North Melbourne supporters who think Sherry's fucking better than him. And to be honest, Max Gawn had the most bang average fucking season ever. And he got awarded a 7th All-Australian jacket. He had a good season in the scheme of things, right? But at Gawn standard, it was fucking batshit. Like, let's be real. It was just average Gawn, right? There was no special 2001 moments like he did in that prelim final against Geelong. There was no major heroics or whatever. Queen's birthday, he was good. Him and fucking Darcy Moore and Jeremy... him and... there was another fucking Collingwood player down back that were just fucking like pinging the ball to each other. I think it might have been Howe and fucking Gawn. You know what I mean? Like, Darcy Cameron is the most important player in the Collingwood Football Club. I'm just going to go out there and say it. You don't have to like it. I don't care. But I'm just telling you, he's the most important player in the Collingwood Football Club. But he has to have Mason Cox in there. And I know people will say, fucking Cox is shit. He doesn't fucking know, blah, blah, whatever. Fuck off. When Cox plays in our team, Darcy Cameron plays better. Darcy Cameron has been one of our most consistent and best players all season, and Cox hasn't been there the whole time. When Cox plays, Cameron is freed up more. Doesn't have to carry all the ruck load, can go back in the forward line, can create options. Doesn't have to kick fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals or whatever. Just create the contest there. This is how important he is, if we get Darcy Cameron and he's not injured like he was 2023, where he missed out because of his knee or shin or whatever the fuck it was. If we can have him, Cox and McStay all playing in the same team, and then you put Kruger in, you put Kruger out, fucking you shake it all about, whatever, you do the hokey pokey, and you can put fucking McGuinness in there too or whatever, right? The dynamic is fucking awesome. But Darcy Cameron's contested marking, Darcy Cameron's groundwork, Darcy Cameron's tackling, Darcy Cameron's overhead marking, intercept marking, is second to none. He had a better season, and yeah, I'm biased, I don't give a fuck, right? But he had a better season than Gawn and Sherry. Sherry had a really good season, I'm not going to lie, but he had parts where he sort of tapered off a little bit. Gawn was just gone, whatever, couple good games, just the normal Gawn stuff. It's not all Australian for him. He got it out of fucking sympathy. Oh, yeah, he's a sick cat, Mark. We'll give it to him, blah, 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 whatever, right? But I just think Darcy Cameron deserved that All-Australian blazer more than a lot of others, right? But it is what it is. I've got him for number 2. And obviously number 1, God himself, fucking Nick Dacos. He should win the Brownlow this year. People are talking about Cripps. I think Bontempelli is miles above Paddy Cripps in when it comes to Brownlow medal. I could be wrong. I could be made to look like a dickhead. I don't care. This is my opinion. It's right, wrong. Who gives a shit? You guys are the ones watching this video, not me. I'm just saying it. But I genuinely believe that Nick Dacos will win the Brownlow this year. I think he'll win the Copeland Trophy. And his last few weeks of the season especially, or the whole season was grass, but the games against Melbourne, the games against Brisbane, the game that we lost against Gold Coast. I mean, just to name a few, he was just a star. Like, it's not even a contest. Like, the guy's the reincarnation of fucking Jesus. Like, stop it. Yeah, like, it is what it is, you know? And as I said, the better he gets, it's even better for us because Josh is still doing his thing, and that's why I think he's going to be top 5 as well. That's my top 5. Take it to the bank. I'll probably just fuck myself by saying that, but it is what it is. There's a few others I think are going to round out the top 10. I think Hosky's had an awesome season, and they've rewarded him with a contract extension, so I think he'll be up there. I think Lipinski's a dark horse here. I actually think he might jump into the top 5, but I haven't said it because I think the top 5 are probably almost locks. Maynard's been like pretty good down back in let's just face it, we've had a shit season, but he's been pretty consistent and pretty good. I think Darcy Moore, he'll just get the votes. Darcy Moore will just get every game he plays, he'll probably get something. He's had a shit season. He's had games where he was pretty crap. Like, let's be honest, and it kind of exposed us. But then the games where he was really good, hey, look, he fucking saved us. You know what I mean? So I think he'll be up there. Howe definitely be up there. Johnny Noble, I think, is going to be... I think he'd probably get close to finishing in our top 10 as well. The games where he did play, I thought his run and carry was... It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it impacted that game and he played his role in every game that he played. So I think he will be close to the top 10. And my other one is Bo McCreary. I've just got to feel... I know he missed a fair chunk of games, which will probably not see him in the top 10, but I've got obviously a few extra to say that I think he'll be close. But when he came back, his pressure, like that game we lost against Sydney, which ultimately cost us the finals, I'm pretty sure it was that game. He was like on. Like, I think he's tackling, and you just think, fuck, like this guy's like, he's got a point to prove, like he's pissed off, yeah? And the games where he, like I'm not going to say he's a front runner, he only plays well when we're winning, but he only plays well when we're winning. No, he's impactful in our games. He's tackling, his pressure, and he's not a superstar. Like, he's not like your Dacostas, your De Goeys, your Pendles and stuff, but he just slots in so well. And you notice that McCreary goes in at the stoppages, like as an extra midfielder, and then hangs back either, like goes back to the half forward line for the main like bounce or whatever, but then he'll just go in and be that extra midfielder. It's awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets more midfield time next year, and hopefully he can stay injury free. So, look, that's my opinion. So, just to recap, I was blubbering on a little bit then. So be it. Whatever. I hope you watched the whole video. But I got Jack Crisp number 5, still side bottom 4, Josh Dacos 3. Disclaimer: I reckon they could swap. So Steele and Josh could probably go 3-4-4-3, whatever. Darcy Cameron is a lock at number 2, and Nick Dacos is a lock at number 1. I know I've got those two 100%. And then obviously Hoskin, Elliott, Lipinski, Maynard, Moore, Howe, McCreary, Noble. Those guys sort of wrap up the top 10. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I did. I enjoyed talking about this. It's 14 minutes of your life you probably never get back, but hey, leave a comment down below and engage with me so we can have a chat. We can talk about whatever, but just say it how you see it. I fucking love it. Go the Pies.
0, 1. Let's get started.